Robbinsdale swinging in, and it is a fair ball, and Wayzata wins it. Champlin Park back to state for the third straight year. Hello and welcome to Sports Jam. I'm Jay Wilcox.
And I'm John Jacobson. This week on the show, state Nordic skiing highlights, plus section gymnastics and wrestling. We meet a talented sister duo from the Wayzata gymnastics team in our Sports Jam Spotlight.
Plus, we'll talk girls basketball with the top-ranked Class 3A team Cooper. And we'll get started with the second meeting of the season between two of the top 4A girls basketball teams in the state, Wayzata and Hopkins. Wayzata took round one. Hopkins was looking for a little revenge in the rematch. Wayzata's Jasmine Smiley hits the three with a defender in her face in the early going. Paige Beckers maneuvers to open space and hits from long distance here for the Royals. Hopkins applies its trademark pressure D. Jade Presley gets the steal and passes to Kayla Adams for the hoop and a 22-9 Royals lead. Adams threads the needle to Beckers and she scores underneath here for Hopkins. Smiley hits a jump shot at the horn for Wayzata, but Hopkins leads at 41-19 at halftime. Hopkins 8th grader Amaya Battle hits the short baseline jumper early in the second half. And Angie Hammond scores inside as Hopkins starts the second half on a 12-0 run. Raina Suggs drives and hits a scoop shot for the Royals as they continue to dominate. And then Becker scores on a give and go. She nets 28 and Hopkins makes a statement, winning 69-38.
The first game was pretty personal. We haven't lost to them in a while, and we beat them close in the section game last year, so they wanted to beat us really bad, and we took that personal. So this game was really big for us. We wanted to show that we're a different team now.
To see the whole family kind of come through.
Those also met in boys basketball. Hopkins looking for a regular season sweep of the Trojans. Wayzata shoots well early in the first half. Drew Gallinson with a three-pointer to give the Trojans a 13-10 lead. Luke Paulson can shoot from long distance too. This one puts Wayzata up by 7. Trojans made 7 threes in the first half. Caleb Williams drives hard, then floats in a shot for 2. Wayzata later go ahead by 9 at 29-20. But the Royals close the first half strong. Anthony Davis takes it hard to the rack for 2 of his 10 points. Hopkins up by 7 at halftime. And they start strong in the second half. Big Joe Hedstrom lays in 2 of his 9 points. Anthony Davis drives from the wing and then delivers a great pass to Dane Zimmer for an easy 2. Zimmer comes off the bench and scores 19 points. Deke Nagy leads all scores with 23 points as the Royals' big second half carries them to an 89-63 win. They are now 23-1 on the year.
The regular season is now in the books in boys hockey. Maple Grove is coming off a state appearance last season. With a much younger team this year, they've had some ups and downs. The Crimson at home to take on Spring Lake Park in a Northwest Suburban crossover game. First period, the one-timer by the Crimson's Tyler Borsch's stop, but Will Peeler is there to knock home the rebound. It's 1-0. A 2-on-1 rush leads to the Crimson's next goal. Connor Winkleman to Connor Kelly, and his backhander leaks through. Maple Grove leads 2-1 on Kelly's shorthanded goal. Midway through the second period, a great pass from Kelly through traffic to Peeler, who nets his second goal of the game, and it's 3-1 Maple Grove. Less than a minute later, the Crimson strike again. Trevor Kukkonen feeds Tyler Kostelecki, who scores on the short side to make it 4-1 through 2 periods. Maple Grove adds 4 more in the third and wins 8-2. They also beat Irondale on Saturday.
Well, that brings us to playoff time in boys hockey. The puck drops this week, and section finals will be set by the end of the week in our 2 main sections. Maple Grove is the number 2 seed behind Centennial in section 5AA. Blaine is 3rd, followed by Champlin Park, Anoka, Spring Lake Park, Osseo, and Coon Rapids. Quarterfinal games are Thursday at 2 sites. Coon Rapids beats Centennial, followed by Osseo versus Maple Grove at the Ice Forum in Champlin. Anoka plays Champlin Park, and Spring Lake Park takes on Blaine at Coon Rapids Ice Center. In section 6AA, Edina is the top seed with Creighton-Durham Hall 2nd. Defending section champion Wayzata is 3rd, followed by Benilde and St. Louis Park. Armstrong-Cooper is 8th and Hopkins 9th. The winner of the Armstrong-Cooper-Hopkins play-in game faces Edina in the quarterfinals Thursday. Rivals Benilde and St. Louis Park meet, and Wayzata hosts Blake. The semifinals are Saturday at Bloomington Ice Garden. Providence Academy is the number 5 seed and Breck number 6 in section 2A.
Blake's move to Class AA made Breck the favorite in Section 5A girls hockey. The Mustangs did not have an easy game, though, in the section championship when they met second seed Orono. Second period, Emily Zumwinkel takes the shot from the point, and number 9, Carly Bienick buries the rebound for a 1-0 Breck lead, and that's the score through 2. Third period, Gabby Billings makes a rush for the Mustangs. The shot is stopped, but Sadie Lindsay puts in the rebound for a 2-0 lead. Orono comes back, though. Sydney DeCubelis is in front of the Breck net and scores a power play goal to cut the lead in half. Then with less than 40 seconds left in the game, Isla Reiskamp stuffs in the wraparound goal to even the score at 2, and we go to overtime. The game winner comes early in OT. Breck's Ali Qualley crashes the net and scores for a 3-2 Mustangs win. They're section champs and headed back to state for the first time since 2012.
We were psyched and pumped for this game. We knew coming in it was going to be a tough one, and even though they got a couple nice goals on us, we kept our heads high and we kept working.
Breck is the number 2 seed for the State A tournament behind Warroad. The Mustangs will play Marshall in the first quarterfinal game of the tournament Wednesday morning at 11 at the XL Center. Blake's landing spot in Class AA is Section 6. The Wayzata Trojans were looking for the upset as they took on the Bears in the 6AA semifinals. It's scoreless in the second period when the Trojans turn the puck over in their own zone. Audrey Wethington snaps a shot high into the Wayzata net, and it's a 1-0 Blake lead. The Bears control much of the first and second periods, and they get another goal late in the second. Izzy Daniel settles the puck down and shoots and scores, and it's 2-0 Blake through 2 periods. But the Bears take a couple of costly penalties early in the third, and Wayzata takes advantage. Gretchen Branton over to Sloan Matthews for the goal. That's a 5-on-3 power play goal, and it's 2-1. And then 30 seconds later, the Trojans score again. Alexa Osseo takes it herself on the 2-on-1 rush. Another power play goal, and the game is tied up at 2. With 4 minutes to play, though, Lily Dilianitis converts the face-off win and pass from Daniel to score what turns out to be the game winner as Blake wins 4-2. The Bears, though, lost to Edina in the section final.
Maple Grove entered the girls' hockey playoffs without a loss since mid-December. Crimson looked to make it to their third straight Section 5AA final when they faced off with Blaine in the semis. Early second period, nice poke check by Blaine's Kayla Blessy. She'll pass it to Morgan Ryman. Quick shot and goal, and it's a 1-0 Bengals lead. Just over 30 seconds later, it's Blessy with the puck again. Her shot here is stopped. It's cleared back out, though, to Blaine's Rachel Lentner, and she'll shoot and score, and the Bengals are ahead 2-0. Maple Grove gets one back a few minutes later. Mann and McMahon banks the pass out to Julia Pius. She shoots on net, and it caroms to Lauren Stensley, and it's a 2-1 game. Abby Jones, though, gets free on a breakaway and scores late as Blaine wins 3-1. Bengals lost to Centennial in the section final. Tough losses, Jay, for both Maple Grove and Wayzata there.
Yeah, pretty good seasons, but those are tough sections. Best of luck to Breck in the State Class A tournament as well. Next up, State Nordic Skiing, plus section gymnastics and wrestling.
Welcome back to Sports Jam. Time to talk Nordic Skiing. And Jay, you went up to the Iron Range last week.
Yeah, nice trip. We've had a good run of Nordic Skiing in the northwest suburbs, and that continued at the state meet. 2 local girls at the front after the freestyle race. Wayzata's Mara McCollar starts first, and Lucy Anderson of Armstrong second. McCollar holds on to her lead and skis to the state championship. Her combined winning time for the 2 races is 31:48.3. She holds off Hannah Bettendorf of Proctor. Anderson from Armstrong, like McCollar, a junior, comes in 5th in a time of 33:16.2 as the Falcons place 3rd as a team. Freshman Lauren McCollar in blue on the right comes in 16th place for Wayzata. And May Barnes of Armstrong also makes the top 20 as she finishes in 19th place. Then it's the boys' turn. Luke Golan is one of 3 Wayzata guys to start in the top 5. It's a tight pack at the end. Garrett Beckridge of Grand Rapids wins in a time of 28:45.7 on the right. Anders Sonneson of Wayzata just edges teammate Golan, who is 3rd. And then Wayzata's James Schneider is 5th as the Trojans take the team title. Here's what 3 local place winners had to say.
Yeah, I think for sure last year after getting 4th, I said I want to come back here and I want to do really well. I didn't know definitively yet last year if I knew that I wanted to win, but I think it was for sure a goal through conference and sections. I said I'm feeling really good at the end of the season. It for sure was a goal then.
It was a bit of a bummer losing 3 places after the first race, but I still did really well, so I need to remember that and wait for next year and next races.
Yeah, it's a really special day for us. This is what we've been working for all season and over the last couple of years as well. So I'm just really proud of how the team did today, and we're all really stoked.
As we check the boys' team scores, Wayzata finishes 2 points ahead of Stillwater for the title with Forest Lake. A close third, the Armstrong boys take 6th. Stillwater takes the girls' title 7 points ahead of Forest Lake. Armstrong is 3rd and Wayzata places 8th.
The state gymnastics meet is this weekend in Minneapolis. Several of our local schools compete in Section 5AA. The top team plus the top 3 all-arounders and the top 6 overall in each event qualify for state. This is Park Center's Haley Illy. She didn't make state, but 8 weeks before the section meet, she had knee surgery, effectively ending her season. But early last week, she practiced for 2 days on the beam. This is her first time on it all winter. She finished 11th overall, emotional moment for the Park Center senior captain. Ashley Song of Maple Grove is going to state on the beam. She lands with a score of 9.225 and places 5th. Kara McElmurray of Champlin Park, part of a great team effort for the Rebels. She scores a 9.375 on the floor and qualifies for Saturday's state individual meet. Park Center's Annika Lee is headed to state in the floor, beam, and vault. She scores a 9.35 on the vault and places 3rd. Nadia Abbott is one of 3 all-rounders to qualify for state. Maple Grove senior earns a 9.65 on the floor exercise. She finishes 3rd. The meet all-around winner, balance beam champion Grace Traenor. She scored a 9.55 on the beam, 38.35 to take the all-around title. Champlin Park's Cheney New fell twice on the beam, but the freshman won all 3 of the other events, including bars, and she helps Champlin Park win the Section 5AA title. The Rebels score a season-high in points and take the championship.
You know, it's just awesome seeing the girls come together this year and start believing in each other and start believing in themselves and start thinking, okay, you know, we've got a chance. If we do our best, we've got a chance. And they rocked it. I mean, it was so awesome to watch.
Here are the final team scores. Champlin Park scores 147.65, their best score in 3 years, beating out defending section champion Maple Grove for the title. Wayzata places 3rd, followed by Rogers, Park Center, Irondale, and Osseo. We'll meet Wayzata sisters Izzy and Grace Traenor later in our Sports Jam Spotlight. In Section 6AA, Hopkins' Claire Murphy qualified for state as an all-arounder.
Now to wrestling, where spots in the team portion of the state tournament were up for grabs at section competition. Most local teams are in Section 5 3A, Maple Grove facing Buffalo in the semifinals. Tyler Rengel gets a key win for the Crimson as he pins Ben Rohr in the 132-pound match to even the score at 12-12. After falling behind, Buffalo grabs the lead back as 5th-ranked Jacob Scherber pins Johan Rodvik, and it's 27-26 Bison after the 195-pound match. Maple Grove takes the last 2, though. Isaac Bamer shoots low and hard and gets the takedown on the way to a 9-4 win over Hunter Hendricks at 2:20 as Maple Grove wins 35-27 to move into the finals. And that sends the Crimson against top seed St. Michael Albertville. It's a good start for Maple Grove as top-ranked Joey Thompson slaps the cradle on Johnny Milsna for a quick pin in the 106-pound match. The Knights answer, though, with 3 quick pins of their own. Number 1, Patrick McKee pins Simeon Painter in the 126-pound match, and it's 18-6 Knights. Gavin Peterson gets a takedown against Kyle Elke on his way to a 7-1 victory in the 138-pound match, but Maple Grove wins just 3 matches. STMA gets a win in a matchup of top 10 wrestlers at 182 pounds as Gabe Anderson gets a late takedown near the edge of the mat in the final seconds to beat Evan Hull 4-3 as the Knights roll to a 54-12 win. They'll make their 20th straight trip to state. Totino Grace advances to the 2A tournament with a 41-30 win over Orono in the Section 5 final. It's Grace's 6th consecutive section title. Back to girls basketball now. Cooper is hoping to make its first ever state tournament appearance this season. The Hawks are now in Class 3A and rated #1 in the state. They hosted Chanhassen, the second place team in the Metro West. The Storm out to an early lead. Tori Tollefson misses, but Maddie Ragnow rebounds and scores to give Chanhassen an early 7-2 lead. Cooper rallies. Asia Wheeler moves into the paint. Her shot is off, but her younger sister Kiara rebounds and scores. It's 14-10 Hawks. Asia Wheeler with another attack on the basket. Her first shot is off, but she gets her own rebound and scores. 14 in the game for her as Cooper opens up a 17-point lead. Asia Wheeler gets an assist, setting up Sierra Lynch for the baseline drive for another 2. Cooper leads 38-15 at halftime. Second half, and freshman guard Andrea Tribble drains a 3 for Cooper as they never allowed Chanhassen a chance to rally in this one. Tribble is one of 4 Hawks in double figures as they win 70-40 to improve to 22-2. And we will hear from the Hawks later in the show. And what a great season they are having.
Yeah, great team so far, and continued good luck to the Hawks. Stay with us. Next up in our Sports Jam Spotlight, meet twin sisters who have excelled for the Wayzata gymnastics team. Twin sisters and Wayzata High School sophomores Grace and Izzy Traenor both dive for the Wayzata swimming and diving team. But their main sport is gymnastics, where they took their first tumbles back in first grade. In this week's Sports Jam Spotlight, we meet the girls who have helped the Trojans program excel. Grace and Izzy Traenor still have 2 more years of high school remaining. But the 15-year-old sophomore twins are already veterans in the gym. They're in their 3rd year on the Wayzata varsity after spending several years in club gymnastics. They've enjoyed the high school experience.
It's a lot of fun. All the girls are super nice and we're just like all one big family. And it's a huge difference coming from club where it's like not as competitive here and it's a lot more of a friendly atmosphere.
It's been fun. It's been a good change. You know, club was very stressful, and then you come here and you get a closer, smaller team. So it's been fun to bond with everyone and just have fun with the sport. The team atmosphere here is really good. Like this team, especially this year, has really good chemistry, so we all bond really well. It just made the season really fun.
The skills that the Traenor sisters bring to the gym has helped the Trojans' scores increase each season.
The difficulty they brought is amazing. Their work ethic, and just they make it fun. It was refreshing to have 2 girls come in like that.
The girls' work ethic has rubbed off on teammates too.
They're working nonstop, and when they finish with their assignments, they come back and ask us coaches, what do we need to work on? What do I need to work on? Can I fix something? Can I go back? The whole 2 to 2.5 hours they're working nonstop.
Though they are twins, each girl has different strengths, especially when it comes to the balance beam and floor exercise. Grace brings a strong dance element to her routines, while Izzy excels at jumps. And while they admit to sometimes clashing, as siblings will do, Grace and Izzy also work together, make each other better gymnasts.
I'll have her look at my skills and like watch them to see what's wrong, and then she can help me.
I personally like competing and practicing with her because I think we kind of feed off each other. Like if she does something good, then I'm like, oh, I want to do that too. So then I try to do my best. But it's like a friendly competition.
Wayzata did not advance to this week's state team meet, but this was a young Trojans team with just 1 senior. Expect big things from Wayzata in the years to come.
It's like more of a learning year for us because we are a young team. So I think that we want to work hard and practice this week and then go and do our routines like we've been practicing and then have fun with it.
The Trojans finished 3rd behind Champlain Park and Maple Grove at the Section 5 AA meet. Both girls finished in the top 10 in the all-around, with Grace winning with a score of 38.35. She is Wayzata's lone qualifier for this week's state meet. Sports Jam returns in a moment as Jay talks girls basketball with the Cooper Hawks.
Well, welcome back to Sports Jam. It's been a pretty special season so far for the Cooper girls basketball team, ranked #1 in Class 3A. As we head down to the final week of the regular season, we're joined by a couple of their seniors and also their head coach. And we'll start with Jada Buford. How much fun has this season been to just gel so well and have such a good team this year?
It's been fun getting to develop with these girls. And it's just been a great season, and I've expected that, but it's been really fun.
I was saying to Coach before the game, you know, your team just has so many weapons too. It isn't like one player leads you in scoring every night or one player does all the rebounding. You know, how important is that to have weapons all around the court that you can count on like that?
Well, we know that like if I'm not scoring, then I can rely on other teammates to be scoring. So it's we're never dependent on one player. So it's always good to be diverse.
As you guys get ready for the playoffs, obviously a whole new section this year. You're in Class 3A, some new teams to learn about. Have you thought much about that, or do you guys just try and focus on, you know, the game ahead and not really look into the future?
Well, we're focusing on the future. We're just trying to prepare as much as possible because we've had a lot of games lately, so we're just trying to watch film and be prepared for them.
All right, good luck in the playoffs and a great season so far here.
Thank you.
And T.T. Longs, your team has been able to get a lot of things done this year. And did you expect this coming into the year? Did you know this team was going to be this good?
Yeah, because last year we had little struggles, but at the end we picked it up. And I just knew because practice was going well, everyone was doing well, like AAU-wise. We're just one unit.
Mm-hmm. You played a lot of tough teams this year too, and you know, a couple losses to really good 4A teams. How much does it help to play a tough schedule like that to make your team better, to push everybody to be better?
I don't know. It just made us realize we can't like fool around. Like, we have to take every game serious. It doesn't matter if it's like a tournament or not.
Hard to believe, but the regular season's just about over and ready for playoff time. You know, you guys getting pumped up to know that this is an opportunity to maybe be the first Cooper girls team to get to state?
Yeah, we're actually really excited for it. We're just taking it one step at a time, though.
All right, congratulations on a great game here tonight, and have fun in the playoffs too.
Thank you.
And Coach Kiara Buford, certainly a great season for your team so far. You know, how proud are you of what you've seen up to this point?
I mean, very proud. I mean, we ask so much of them, and my expectations for them are so high, just because I know where I want them to be at the end of the year. So always proud of the work that they do, because at the end of the day, I can't go out there and lace my shoes up, so they got to get the job done.
I think it's kind of unusual for a team to be as good as yours and not have a clear-cut best player on this team. Has that been a big weapon, though, do you think, that no team has been able to just say, okay, we're going to take this away and therefore we can beat them?
Yeah, I've seen a variety of teams, I think, try different things against us, or if we have, someone have a big game, like say Mimi or Kiara plays really well, they'll try to double down on her and then open up someone else. So I think the more that we can do that, the better.
Brand new section this year, obviously being in Class 3A. The good news is you don't have to get through Wayzata or Hopkins this year, but a lot of new opponents. You know, how has that gone for you guys as a coaching staff, kind of preparing, for the potential playoff opponents?
Getting to know these teams and these programs and just doing our homework. Like players have their job of what they need to do, and as coaches, that's kind of our part that we take on. And again, putting our players in the best position so that they're prepared to play these teams.
All right, thanks for joining us, and great season so far. Have fun in the playoffs.
Thank you, you too.
All right, Kiara Buford, the head coach for the Cooper Hawks, as they have been ranked #1 for most of the year in Class 3A and getting set for sectional play, where Waconia and Benilde will be the other top teams in their section. We'll be back to wrap up Sports Jam, but first it's a look at our plays of the week.
Davis lobbing it ahead, 2 more for Zimmer. 2-on-1, Osseo to
yes,
she scores! And we are tied up.
Sharpen up your free throw shooting skills for Treehouse Hooping It Up for Hope on March 18th. Find out more at ccxmedia.org under Cities and in the Community.
That will do it for this week's show.
It's a busy week ahead with state gymnastics and girls hockey, plus section boys hockey, swimming, and wrestling. See you next time here on Sports Jam.